Hello viewers, welcome to the channel. Today tuko na Agwash fitness. So thanks for joining us today. And if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe and also support our content by sharing to your friends. So be the person who leaves a comment, who encourages us to keep this going, yeah? So leo uko aje lakini?
Niko poa bro. Labda
mimi niko fit. It's a pleasure to have you on board. It's been a while. And I think this is our first episode together. See?
Yeah, true.
Today we are going to talk about challenges that personal fitness trainers go through in the industry. Yeah. And the reason I decided for us to talk about this is kuna majamaa wengi huwa wanapata wakati wanaona na post videos pale kwa status ama YouTube ama WhatsApp ama whatever, and then wanaona nimeweka mademo hapo, then wakola buda uko na kazi mzuri sana, I wish ningekuwa trainer, si unafurahia sana. But then the thing is, it's not as easy as it looks. There are a lot of challenges zenye tuna go through, ni wenye we don't address them, yeah? So today we are going to address them. Today we are going to address them. So tunaanza na number. So we have like 15 of course tuongezea zingine. So number 1 ni ile client retention and consistency. Yeah, like kukuwa na personal, there's a difference between personal training and being a gym instructor. And let's say personal training is whereby you have your own clients that pay you directly, yeah, for you to train them or give them services. So challenge ya kwanza ni hiyo retaining those clients. Najua ushapitia hiyo.
Yeah. It's a scenario you find that a client amekupatia job, but the problem comes in you have agreed on numbers of days that you guys are supposed to work on, but unapata leo as long as in terms of as a trainer, training a client to achieve is also one of your achievement, utakuwa happy.
Very true.
But number of days kama ni 3 days a week, then unapata client anakuja 1 day, ana miss, then another time unaweza fika huko bado still anakwambia ata work out, so it's an embarrassment, una feel vibaya sana.
Yeah, so to say that most of the time these clients are not as committed. Ni ile maybe they just love to have the experience, but then utapata maybe they are not as serious as we wanted them to be, and also sasa inakuwa ni shida, wengine pia drop out on the way. So true. Retaining clients inakuwa ni shida. That's one problem, especially kama unategemea personal training peke yake. And then wewe ushapiga hesabu niko na 5. And then unapata ushapiga pia hesabu like hao 5 watanilipia rent, watafanya hivi and then wana drop. So that's a problem that we have. Unapata umebaki juu ya mawe because washaenda na wamekuacha. And also others inaweza kuwa ni financial issues, lifestyle changes, wengine wamemove out of some things zingine hatuwezi control. So that's one of the biggest challenges for personal training. Because now you lack regular income. So your number 1, kuna financial instability. Mapiti hawana dogo na
it's true.
Hebu ongelea hiyo story, financial instability.
So the financial instability I think comes up when
because we rely
okay. I think the financial instability, the moment the clients or any person who is working on the road tend to see a trainer looking well dressed and looking so nice, they tend to feel they have money. So the moment they see a trainer invest in terms of the mood of dressing, they tend to feel like maybe he has a lot of money he's earning from the gym, and also maybe he has a mama's. Yet in real sense, it's the opposite. Just you've just sacrificed yourself in terms of sacrificed yourself, the little money that you have, you've tried.
So hii ni issue yenye inakama about because of the irregular payments, because unaweza pata maybe your clients they are not that regular. Maybe they pay you per session, so maybe others might be coming once or twice a week. You know, so like the income is not regular. Unaweza kuwa uko na client wengi lakini they just show up once in a while.
Yeah, true.
So unapata hiyo do si regular, you can't count on it, so unakuwa umesota sana most of the times. And matrainer wengi hufungiwa makeja mazee.
Yeah, ni kweli.
And even kukula inakuwa
living fake lifestyle in terms of
you have to, I mean you have to show the part unafanya.
Yeah, true.
Sasa ukienda ku approach clients huwezi kuwa umeenda hivi venye unakaa, lazima
at least look presentable.
Exactly. So matrainers wengi mapitia hawananga ndo nile wanajaribu, unless ni mtu amejiestablish akona client wenye wanalipa, hata kama ni wawili lakini wanalipa fit. Then long and unpredictable hours, working hours. Wewe unajua hiyo story.
So according to me, I feel like for example, I've agreed on a client before he gave me the job of training him or her. We had agreed on number of hours that he or she should be working. Okay, but you find that a client, I've gone there early, then the client comes late.
Okay,
that again is late, so she expect me to go beyond
great time.
So if I'm early 30 minutes earlier, then she comes 30 minutes late. So I'm supposed to only train her or him for 30 minutes only.
Yeah, true.
But the client tend to complain that we only agreed 1 hour. It doesn't matter whether I'm late or not. Yet she doesn't know, or he doesn't know you have somewhere to go to. Yeah, you have other plans.
So unpredictable hours, meaning client hata anaweza kupigia usiku akwambie mazee saa hii ndio nimepatikana unakam. And also if there is something that trainers struggle with, the exhaustion, fatigue, because they work long hours. Unaweza pata mtu aliamka 4 ama 5 akachapa kazi mpaka 10 maybe 10 ya usiku. So unapata they don't have enough rest, so long working hours. Sometimes it pays, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, true. And you see now clients sometimes, because you don't have an option, you want them to pay you, you want to lick their ass. So ile time yenye wanakupanga ndio unawa. But then I think for serious trainers, you have to be serious with time. Yeah, true. So that you can be able to manage, also get time for yourself to do other things and rest, and also attend to other things. Yeah.
But and also I think like in terms of such scenario, the client tend to carry you yourself the way you do.
Yeah,
so
true.
If you are really tough, the client also will try to be composed and understand. But the moment you carry yourself chagala bagala, my friend, the client atakuba to the same way.
Yeah, true, very true. So number 4, competition and market saturation.
I just feel like in terms of, for example, I might be in the industry for maybe 3 years. This old person who has been there for like 10 more years. So you find there are some clients who tend to check on, they focus more on experience than this young. Then you find that this type of, for example, if I've gone to an interview for the gym as a personal trainer, they won't take you because they don't see any achievement that you have achieved. So they check on achievement more. If they don't focus on these upcoming trainers. So it's also one of the challenges. Then you find marketing, that this time the market in the industry is so high. You get some time as a trainer, as an individual, you get more money during this period, and then another time the money tend to go down and down.
And also on that point is that there are always new trainers. Nowadays, shule ni mingi za fitness. So like every other year, there are so many trainers coming out, and that creates a big competition for existing trainers. But of course, you see now the problem is that when new trainers come, mtu mwenye akonja ukimpea hata kidogo anachukua. Meaning that they can even take your job because now they are willing to take a lower salary.
Yeah, it's true.
And gyms really don't care much about experience. They just want to have someone in the gym to look after the clients. So unapata personal trainers wanakuwa, they have a hard time because now you see you have experience, your pay is going to be higher. Then kuna huyu trainer mingi kwa market yeye ukimpea 10-15 ako sawa.
Yeah, true.
So gyms are going to kind of tend to go for them instead of the old ones who have education.
Yeah.
And also peer, in terms of competition also, guys who have gone to school are most probably are going to be more competitive than those who have not studied, because kama mtu anaendelea kusoma, they are having continuous education,
They have certificates
to show for it, then akikuja atakupiga kombe because ako more qualified even if you have the experience. Kona knowledge na certifications, so that gives them an upper hand. And then number 5, which is common also, client expectations and unrealistic goals. Mtu anakuja anakuambia mimi nataka tumbo iende in 1 month, nipate bunda, hii mikono ishe,
So that is, for example, clients want to lose weight.
Yeah, like they have certain expectations and unrealistic goals.
I think,
especially for ladies.
I think when a client comes, they want to lose weight or gain muscle in a particular of maybe 3 months or 2 weeks. Some clients want that. They should first they have no idea it's require consistent. So you find a client is not consistent. Then after 1 week, you want to see results. After 2 to 3 months, the client won't be consistent.
That's true.
Then the client asks you, it's focusing on diet, but the diet is not focusing on the one that is supposed to be recommended of. So another thing is that in such scenario,
so you have explained it, which is okay, but then
kuna point imekam.
Okay. So in terms of we are talking about expectations, I will edit it. Expectations and unrealistic goals.
Okay.
Whereby to say my clients come, they have this idea that the gym will solve all sort of my issues very quickly. So unapata anakupea pressure, unakuambia mimi nataka hivi na hivi na hivi, na niko na hii day maybe time, maybe in a month ama 2 naweza kuwa nimefika hivi. But then at the same time when umesema they don't understand that this is a long term journey and that it needs consistency. And that's a lot of pressure that comes to trainers, especially for new beginners in the gym. Unapata they think that gym inaweza solve hizi vitu mbio sana, like they will see change very quickly. So that's also another challenge that we are facing. Sometimes unasikia kugonga mtu kofi. Ni ile wezi kuambia.
Then unapata this client has come to you alikuwa kwa gym for example for long. Hata kama kwa gym still anza kwa maybe these phases of fitness they have no idea of. Like number 1, you need to have a form. Then unapata client ana form. For example, I notice these tall people wanamwambia afanye bend over row but anakuja mgongo. So as the time goes, by the time hadi afike time at achieve, it takes time. So they have no idea that fitness is also a journey, a gradual, you need to go this phase in order to achieve that goal. Then I came to realize that these clients who come, they want to only focus on sport reduction and that particular area, which they have no idea. It's really hard for, you cannot lose weight in that particular area unless you work in general body. And also the moment you're lifting or anything, the muscle fiber, they're using the entire general body to work. To work out. So it's really hard to focus on that particular area alone. The only people who has an easy job, only those people wants to gain muscle alone. Because for them it's easy. because they have specific exercise that is targeting that particular muscle. No, it's not like for those people who want to lose weight. It takes time. It is not recommended. There's no specific exercise that is being recommended for.
Do you think losing weight is easier than gaining muscle, or gaining muscle is easier than losing weight?
According to me, I think gaining muscle is easier than losing weight.
No.
According to me.
Oh, according to
according to me. It's not like I'm not sure if it's scientifically proven, but according to me as Agwash Fitness.
So in fitness there are no assurances. So what you usually say is it depends on the person, because there are those people who
genetics and testosterone
who respond faster to different training modalities, even diet, and there are others who take time. So when now you compare like the two, there is no one which wins and the other loses, because it will entirely depend on the subject or the person that we are testing or talking about. So you can never say which is easier. Juu kuna watu wenyewe kama wewe tunajuanga ukipiga kachuma tu hivi mwili ineru. Mimi hata nipige chuma, it takes a while for me to get to where I want to. Yeah.
But for example, you know, losing weight and gaining muscle is also a one way of investment. So you need to invest a lot in terms of investing in diet, investing in how you're also exercising. They go hand in hand.
Yeah,
so the moment you don't combine the two, it's really hard for you to achieve your goal.
Yeah, true. That's true. Then number 6 now, inconsistent payments and late cancellations. Wewe unajua hiyo mambo yenye mtu hataki kukulipa venye inafaa. Whereby unaweza pata pia mtu ameamua they cancel late. When it's late, wewe mshafanya nini, and then unapata asha cancel, nikwambia you know, I don't think we are going to do this. Yeah, so that's another challenge whereby especially late cancellations, whereby tuseme kama ulikuwa umepanga huyu client na already ushamtengenezea program na nini and then ana cancel na kulipi. Yeah, na kulipi.
I think such scenario unapata umepanga unafanya na huyu client leo ama on Tuesday. Inaonga very painful. Wewe aje kutext, you haven't communicated, but you had agreed on Thursday. You have gotten yourself to that place.
Exactly.
Then you're calling the client, he or he's not picking up. Then also maybe anaweza kuwa
ama anaweza chukua kuambia pole mazista make.
Ni ukweli.
Na wewe ushafika use your fare, your time na nini.
So I think you know, very painful, and that's why you find there some trainers who are very tough in person. Vitu kama hizo. So wameweka even the fee for cancellation.
Yeah.
If you have not cancelled the session 24 hours ama 24 hours, unapata trainer ameweka hiyo
fee.
Yeah. So ukikuwa hiyo client anakuwa more
which begs that the issue that at least trainers should have contracts with their clients whereby they stipulate such a things that at least mtu akicancel anajua hivyo kama sija inform I'm going to pay this, so that helps a lot, especially in saving time and resources for the trainers. And then sasa mambo ya ile inconsistent payments, unajua umeagree maybe na mtu unanilipa 6 ama 10k per month, and then anakulipa venye anataka,
sinikulipe mwezi imeanza sinikulipe sahi 5 date 15 nikuongezea ingine 5 yetu tulikuwa tumepangia maybe tarehe moja ikifika hivi tukianza unafaa do zangu zo nimecalculate maybe the entire amount ndio unafaa kuwa naye, but I'm disappoint. So inaonga pia vibaya sana ama kwambie niko sick, so I bought just some medicine sijui nini bla 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 bla.
Unaweza elewa, lakini shida ni ile inakuwa penye amekulipa kidogo and then hiyo ingine mnaanza
kusumbua.
Like they are not willingly trying to pay it.
Yeah, and also not keeping their words.
Exactly. Mpaka sasa inaanza kuwa ni kama kuna bad blood between you because of that tension, because money is sensitive.
Ni kweli.
Yeah, money is, kama kuna kitu inakuwa ni sensitive ni pesa.
Ni kweli.
So the best thing is if a client anaweza lipa mapema, this issue itoke kwa njia, inakuwa ni easy, because even you sasa you have an obligation sasa ya kumtrain, you know, sasa already alishanilipa, nilishakula pesa yake, now it's me to play my part. So that's another challenge.
So unapatanga kama trainer tunataka maybe to build maybe a good relationship with that client. My client anaharibu maneno. So unapata trainer morale inaenda chini. Hadi unapata proper planning ya tulikuwa na plan inapotea, unajenga huyu ako tu hivi.
That's true. It's mostly affected by the issue of money. Because money is the biggest motivator. I will never forget that. If you want to motivate anyone, put money in front first. Of course, if there are things that need, let's say kama mtu ni mgonjwa tunaweza elewa, but then in a case whereby you are putting your trainer as the last priority, hapo inakuwa ni issue. Because also they are giving you their services, so vizuri you ensure also you put them first priority as well, unawalipa mnamalizana. And then continuous learning and certifications. And this basically it's whereby like now we were talking about hii issue nimekuambia, recent research is saying this and this and this. So there's always a new research coming, new knowledge coming in, and sometimes it confuses what you know. Unaweza pata kitu yenye ulikuwa unajua jana, today it's a wrong thing. So hiyo inakuwa ni challenge, because most trainers are not informed.
True.
And also unaweza kuwa informed, so unapata uliambia client hii kitu last month, leo unamwambia kitu different kuliko na ile mpaka anashindwa.
True.
What's your issue? Na kama ujue kitu yenye
you're also implying
unafanya.
I noticed.
And then hizo certifications pia inakuwa, most of them you see like now my certificates zenye niko nazo, you need to renew them after every 2 years. Na hiyo after every 2 years you have to incur around 200,000 to do that. So mimi naweza kuwa niko certified, but then sasa juu siwezi afford 200,000 ya kwenda tena kufanya recertification, nakaa ni kama siko certified. So hizo certifications are expensive, in another and most trainers also don't have money to invest. They are looking for money, so utapata time wapi na pesa ya kwenda kusoma. And also the thing is you don't have really to go to school to learn these things.
It's true.
The resources are available online. There are YouTube, kuna hizi Allison, kuna nini. And we can get these things, but also inakuwa ni challenge kwa whereby you are required to have these certifications. Juu kuna gym utaenda kama hutawahi waka,
and yet you are
qualified.
You're qualified, you have the skills and all that.
So hiyo ni challenge kubwa kwa mapiti. And also it's good to say that you don't have to be certified to be a trainer. Kitu ni ile, because there are people who are certified but then they really don't have the knowledge or the skills.
True.
So it's of course certifications play a certain role, but then sio must, because kuna mtu ako na initiative ni ile maybe amelack do ya kwenda kupata hiyo certification. And then sasa ile nilikuwa naongea physical and mental exhaustion.
Physical and
mental fatigue ama exhaustion. Whereby
I think utapata, I think hapo it comes in form of proper planning. You might maybe, for example, you have a client tomorrow. You have to have exhausted yourself. You've been working out, ama you've been training client for that the previous day for the whole day. Then you find yourself tomorrow you have a client, for example, at 5. Then you go at home at
10 or 11.
At 10. So you didn't have like enough sleep. Then also proper planning. Maybe you're going to the client, then this client, you didn't prepare like the workout that you're supposed to give this client. So you're trying to research your brain, the type of workout that you'll give this client, but you find yourself akili imechoka, so hauna hizo nini.
Also especially when you are training you have many clients. Shida inakuwa lazima uonyeshe huyu, uonyeshe yule the whole day. So by the end of the day you are actually very exhausted mentally and physically, like unataka tu penye unakaa unalala. And most trainers utagundua, if there's one thing that all of them suffer from ni exhaustion. They don't have enough time to rest. Yeah, so and sometimes unaweza kutana na trainer asubuhi unashindwa leo ni aje achangamka hivi venye maybe hakulala vizuri. So those are things that are there. Unapata client hapa akumotivate leo ana haja na trainer because of that. So especially gym trainers, especially if they are full time, utapata there are days that they are moody. They are moody because kama hujalala poa yenyewe huwezi kuwa na
sober mind.
Huwezi kuwa na sober mind. And then number 9 limited access to quality equipment. Maybe uliwahi work out kwa gym yenye kuna equipment fit. When was the last time?
I can't even remember, but I think according to me, I've not been to gyms with it, unless maybe seeing them. So I came to realize urbanization is coming up in terms of they tend to create different types of equipment. So if you're not familiarized with the equipment, you might do your own thing.
Yeah, true.
So, for example, I went to this interview for Fitness Mania. They asked me if I have knowledge of equipment. So they gave me example they gave me one of the example is the cross trainer.
Cross trainer, okay.
Then they told me the cross trainer is not working. Then I told them maybe the problem might be the battery. They told me, what if the battery is working? What will you do? I told them the button. What if the button is not working? Then they asked me, played with my mind. They asked, do you know the cross trainer as a motherboard? So since I wasn't familiar with that, so I kept quiet. So it's also other thing I came to realize. Also, other trainers need to learn on that, more on that.
Yeah, there's a problem with most of the time to say, it's a problem among trainers. Unaweza kuwa hujui kutumia treadmill lakini juu hutaki kuonyesha your ignorance, huwezi enda kuuliza trainer, by the way treadmill hutumika aje, usionekane mjinga. Because there's a lot of ego in the fitness industry among fitness trainers. So unaweza pata msee hajawahi ona hii machine
bana
anajifanya ni kama ameiona. Like most of us trainers suffer from that kind of syndrome. Yeah. But then ni vizuri kama ujui kitu, especially if you have a client, ujue hiyo machine inawaka aje. So ni vizuri before
you do the research
injury. Yeah. So kuulizia ni poa. Kuulizia ni poa. Ukienda kwa gym yenyewe kama kuna trainer hapo, muulize equipment baadaye inatumikaje. It doesn't matter how they will see them. Kitu ni at the end of the day ushajua kutumia ima.
Especially technical, only the part that for example if you want to how to use it. That's the common knowledge on how to use this equipment. But in terms of wiring, it depends. In terms of wiring, it depends. Oiling, it depends. But common knowledge of that equipment, how it's used, and safety is very important.
You really don't need, what you need to know is how it operates.
That's the only thing.
That's the best thing, because we're sio mse wa maintenance. They always have maintenance guys. So, but then as you go on learning that machine, unaanza kuigundua vitu vyenye operate vyenye inafanya things.
True.
Which is easier for you. So most trainers sema wananga access to. Especially when you are a personal trainer. Tuseme mtu wako employed na gym ni rahisi. Maybe amekuwa employed kwa gym nzuri. But then for a trainer tuseme when you go maybe to Junction, the smart gyms, it's expensive for you to go train your clients there. So that one limits you because they have good machines ama good equipment. Unaweza kulimit pia kuenda kuziangalia because they are charging highly for outside trainers. And then you see now also personal trainers go to homes. Homes unaenda tu kufanyisha mtu maybe body weight workout. So mambo ya equipment and most of the time we really don't need them. And it's a challenge kwa mtu mwenye if umezoea hiyo mambo and you are going now into the gym setup. Nagundua kumbe machine zilikujanga na hata una idea ni machine gani. So and also when you don't have equipment, client satisfaction inakuwa chini. You client pia anaangalia equipment inakaaje. Wewe ukishow hapo kwa client hata una hata dumbbell, anajua huyu msee sasa hakuna kitu yenye tutafanya, tutatumia nini.
And then I realized that you find some trainers, mtu maybe ameenda kuulizia job mahali, hata employer kuza juu kutumia machine fulani, na siwezi kupenda kwake. Ni vile machine ni new. Yeah, you cannot do something in ujaiona. Familiarization is very important. So if someone is not familiar with, it's good to make up, or at least anajua the others. At least at the time goes that I learn. Because it's hard.
Learning machines is not hard. Like the most important thing I do think is learning how the body works.
Yeah, that's the most important.
Because that is what takes time. Learning a machine like a moja mbili.
And how the client feels.
Yes. So that's not a hard thing. For anyway. Number 10, dealing with difficult clients. Clients wagumu.
I've come across this client. You find a trainer client, maybe it's personal training, and maybe the time you agree na workout that particular time, the client is also at work. So you find the client receive a calls, then you go call, anapigiwa kidogo, tena anarudi dakika 2, tena mna workout, tena anaenda hivyo. Pia inafanyanga
motivation inaenda chini. Hata wewe unaboekanga sana.
Then unapata these clients with also low energy levels. Unapata unamwambia afanye hivi,
anafanya kitu
anataka tena umpembeleze, umpapase, yani it's not an easy thing. For example, you have tried maybe for the entire week training a client the form of a certain type of exercise, the form. It takes time. So if you're not also patient as a trainer, itakuwa challenge for you. It will be a very big challenge for you.
So also in terms of stubborn clients, in terms of difficult clients, kuna wengine ni stubborn. Ukimwambia yeye anakuambia mimi sifanyi.
Ama unamwambia client today amekuja amechoka job, unamwambia go there, take a skipping rope or skip. Anasema hapana, leo I don't feel like skipping. Na yeye ndio umempatia. Tena mwambie jumping jacks, I don't feel like jumping. Umpatie tena chuma, kata yeye tena.
And then wengine they have wanna demand more results. Like anaona ni kama like this is not what I paid for. I need more of this. They are over demanding. So but then me usema hivi, sometimes when you get a client and then unaona ni problematic, sio lazima ukae na hiyo client. Be free to walk away from some clients.
But you can try to be patient maybe for a period kidogo, but ukiona it's very difficult for you, pay is challenging, pay is also playing with your mental health,
you go.
You just let it
drop
go.
them. And it's good to also nimekuja kurealize to just stick with clients who are serious.
It's true.
Because you will enjoy
training them.
Training them. Because at the end of the day also utaki mtu mwenye anakuja kutengeneza day yako ikuwe ni mbaya. Kuna hao client leo naenda kukutana na nini na venye yeye ni ako hivi na hivi. Stubborn. So for me kitu yenye nilisema, I don't want clients who wenye hawako serious. Mtu ananisumbua niliachana nayo, because you see now when you are training people that are willing to be trained, people who are inakuwa ni rahisi for both of you. And na wewe unawapea the best.
Even creating for them a program is also very easy, because you know this client will do this and this. But ule mwingine unajaribu kuweka jacks, ataki ropes,
ataki. Kuna wengine nilisumbuana na wao hapa. You know, when I was new in this gym, the funny thing, like I think in the second week, madam nilipeanga workouts fulani wakakataa. So I think that morning walikuwa wamenifika hapa. So mimi niliwaambia kama mtaki niende home. And I think and I stopped it. Waliamka wakapack vitu zao wakaenda home. Yeah. But because you see now, if you give a client a workout and they don't want to do those workouts, then they don't need you.
Yeah, I think it's good for them to try first. Yeah, for example, if you have given them heavy weights, it's good to try to lift the weight. And if the weight is heavy, it's good to tell you also.
Yeah, true.
You're also a human being. You also understand that. Yeah, you also need to understand. So, but the moment the difficult part is when they refuse.
They refused. So
they haven't even tried.
Yes. And then wajua ingekuwa ni workout moja ama mbili ni sawa, lakini when they unawapangia maybe kama ni circuit ama nini na hawataki kufanya atupe ingine, you know, inakuwa
I came across a client. It's the reason why I got fired from the place I was working. It was early in the morning. I've woken up, gone there, I've given her the workout. I feel this workout is good for her. I've given her. Then she says it's not a good workout. Then I tend to give a type of exercise that will accommodate everyone around there. But the client tend to say I wasted her money. She has to go. So it was very difficult for the boss to understand me. Yet it wasn't her.
It happens that you are not going to please every client that you meet. But and the beauty of personal training is that you end up with the clients who you like training.
True.
Because you choose who to train and who not to train. Sio kama wakati uko employed by the gym where you have to train whoever comes.
The beginner,
whether you like it or not.
Pro, advanced, what?
Yes.
Then you also need to give all of them the same vibe.
Yes.
Otherwise.
So number 11, marketing and self-promotion, whereby a trainer must be a good marketer to attract clients. By the way, when you are doing freelance, you have kama uwezi jibrand vizuri unaweza kuwa personal trainer by just word. Hauna kazi.
Because then also I came to realize, for example, between client for any time of period, this client will give referrals depending on how pure meji market pia kumtrain. So kama wewe ni malamala, my friend, that client will leave you, then also you won't have referrals. But pia hiyo kujituma pia inasaidia.
Sana. So marketing and branding is really hard. It requires many trainers to do. Maana ukiangalia nini mingi za trainers unapata wamerusha tu videos daily. So that at least waonyeshane their work so that they can be able to attract more clients. But then not many know the skill. Kuna clients kuna trainers utawaiona wakipost hawajui kujibrand, hawajui kujimarket, so anaweza kuwa ameshinda place moja. Because I know trainers we started with when hawajai move kutoka kwenye wako, because you never see them post anything. Wao wanangoja yule client mwenye anakuja kwa gym ndio. But then the more you get out there, the more likely you are going to get a client. Kuna watu wanaona kazi yako hata kama si hao wenye wanaona, atamwambia I know someone who does this job. Ndio ameona ukipost kwa social.
This interview I was telling you in Fitness Mania. Apart from the interview and the normal question they're asking you, they also go to their social media. For example, Instagram. They check on number of views, number of people you're following, and all those. Those are some number of videos that you have
put up. That talks a lot.
But me, I told them my Instagram I've only opened for only a couple of weeks ago. So they said, okay, so. But remember, you're also doing business, so you also need to be very serious in terms of posting and also social media part of it. It's not a joke.
Most trainers actually get clients from social media because wanaona kazi yao ni safi. hata mimi kuwa lazy kupost nowadays, but I'm trying now. I'm trying to post more, to showcase the work, yeah. Sijui kama umeipitia hii, but then for me nimeipitia legal and liability issues whereby unakuwa sema unaweza kuwa una train client anakuwa injured in the process, so anakusu. For me it has happened to me I think twice.
Even the client I was telling you about, see, he wanted to call me for me a lawyer, at nilimu, I don't know if it was manhandled, or ilikuwa embarrassed, I don't know. Ilikuwa hivyo?
Ilikuwa hivyo.
Na hiyo ndio chanzo for me, that's why the place nilikuanga, I was removed.
Ninaanza kuelewa.
Vitu kama hivyo. So kuna wale client wanajipenda sana, so because maybe for example if they have money,
true.
They can just sue you because of that. And also si kupenda kwako. You've given the workout as a trainer. If the client get injured, and also for example you've also explained on some of the end results, the client also wanafaa ku understand. So kama amejiumiza akitrain, shida inaweza kuwa yako tena si yako, because of course you're not training for example a kid, si mtoto mwenye injury inaweza kama kulingana na umempatia weight mzito imuumize kwa joints. So I think vitu zingine pia kuna watu wanakuanga tu wanafanga tu maneno. Maybe pia wako na mambo tu zao kwa kichwa wanakuletea issue zao.
Especially people who are suffering from maybe like self-esteem issues
or maybe bipolar.
Bipolar achana na wao, maybe they are okay, but those one hiyo ni different issue. Unaweza pata mtu tu anakuwa na shida zake, so wakati poa sana mzaa yako fit, mzaa yako aje
hapo kwanza alisema ataanza kukaa.
Tumekuwa tukiongea na yeye lakini ni ile mtandao tu. Mwambie nimemsalimia. Haya wazi. So unapata ni watu wamekuja, in fact it has nothing to do with you. Ni ile tu wako na issue zao. Wametoka tu naanza penye wametoka. Because tuseme unapea client a workout and then they use the wrong form. Most of the time you ignore your instructions. So see it in because tuseme for my case ilikuwa the client ignored the instruction akaspray nini. You know mtu mwenyewe alienda kunisisio the client ni the husband. So the husband alinisiu kwa nini? Due insecurity. You see now I'm training the wife is listening to me. Nikimwambia fanya hivi, anafanya hivi, lakini the husband anamwambia fanya hivi, afanye hivi. So anaona is threatened. So those things happen. Those things happen. But then the good thing is now that's why I'm telling you contract has to be there, especially when you are training serious clients. Contract always, because that will shield you from liability issues. Hizo ni vitu matrainers wengi hawatawahi pitia, but then when you train a client, high profile client, most probably you are going to pass through that. Because for them ni kukimbia lawyers mbio sana. So na wewe lazima ukuwe prepared, so have a contract yenye inafanya if you get injured it's because of your like ina kuprotect also on your end.
Then I think unapata historia unapata madem story kama ni PCOS. Unapata maybe dem the lady is going through on a period. Then uko unajua since you don't have that close relationship hivyo. So the client umefanya kitu fulani, umempa kitu fulani, umeongea vibaya.
Bench. Ni sawa, ina shida. Unaweza chukua tu. Kiavua sana. Kuja tukaa. So good. But then if venye umesema unaweza kuwa ujui kitu inaendelea na yeye anaendelea ako na issue na wewe ujui. But then a good client will always tell you, sahi, unapeleka pole pole ninaelekea pale. But then for most ni ile mmejuana vizuri. But then also if you sometimes unaangalianga energy levels za mademu kama ni mademu, because kuna time unaonanga akona energy, so and then inaanza ku drop suddenly, then that should ring something is going on. Unamuuliza yeah, because you will know when someone doesn't have energy, especially kama umetrain na yeye 1-2.
Kwanza I came to realize ladies have got high endurance than men.
Yeah, true. I do.
So ukiona pia energy level yake pia imeenda chini, jua there's something wrong.
Concerned.
Yeah,
that's true. So number 13, balancing one-on-one and group training. So trainers must decide between offering one-on-one coaching, group sessions, or both. Yeah, so managing different clients' needs in a group setting can be challenging. Yeah, so
I think the challenge part of it is for example, you make a circuit in a certain area. That place you as a kama uko peke yako, you as a trainer, you need to make everyone to have a good vibe
experience.
Then wajienjoy wote, you make sure you put kila mtu on the same page.
Yeah, true.
So unaweza kuja hapa, the other lady ama another person is waiting for you there. So this person feeling that they're giving this other person more attention than this other one. So you also need to balance and also
yeah, it's inakuanga ni challenging and even for especially new trainers when hawajai fanya group training.
Yeah, ni ukweli.
Inakuwa ni challenge, unaingia unashinda nianzie wapi, umeset nini, and then unagundua stations ni kidogo, mara yule ajui kufanya, yule anakuangalia,
then uko na idea ya workout nyingine utaongezea tu kama client ni 20 na umeweka tu umeweka less, then client amecheck in more than you expected.
Na unashikwa na wasiwasi, especially kama hujaifanya hivyo, and if you can't think quickly on your feet, inakuwa ni a big challenge.
Then unaweza kulipanga class, then movement za workout yako, ukitoka hapo ukiingia hapa katikati, this is what we'll do for the example, kama ni step umejipanga vile inafaa, then hapo chini tufanye core, then umepanga madhogodhani, unapata client maybe wanaanza kanyagana hadi kichwa.
Yeah, arranging your workspace. That's the biggest, because you see now if there are multiple workouts and the space is small, hiyo ndio inakuanga challenge kubwa, because managing space inakuwa ni challenge. Unashinda mtaweka ile exercise wapi, kuna ile inachukua space, kuna zingine you have to for vitu kama burpees zinachukua space.
Ni kweli.
So you have to forgo some workouts, so ndio nasema lazima ukue, you have to think very quickly on your feet.
So do innovating.
Lazima
innovation lazima.
Then unajua kana wanakuwa wanajua tu, wanakuangalianga, unajua some trainers think clients are stupid, like hawajui kitu inaendelea, but then wanakupimanga, wanaona huyu ana idea.
Nilinotice kuna client pia anapimanga mse ni daktari, anafanya nutrition, umkoroge kitu fulani atakupima akusikizie, lakini in real sense anajua umkoroga.
That's true.
Then class ukipanga kulingana na vile mambo zina move, they can also tell you if you're a good trainer or not.
Yeah.
But ukipanga kimalamala atajua wewe tu ni amateur.
The clients actually know. So, and also you observe those veteran clients. So those ones I have to know new clients and veteran wenye wamekaka. So if wale wenye wamekaka wako wengi, you have to give proper workouts. Lazima, otherwise
atafanya na feel. Na I think the load speed is also another challenge. Unapatanga ataona ule trainer mwingine akipeana ule client ana feel pia the mood, atakutoka aende ule mwingine akuachinisha hapo.
Yeah, that happens. That happens a lot.
So those who came to is also another challenge.
And then this is iko kwa list, but then it's one thing yenyewe unisumbua whereby clients come with preconceived knowledge. Anaweza kuwa alilani kitu TikTok ama Facebook ama whatever, ama kwa neighbor ama mtu alisikia. Unapata kuna mtu alimwambia gym work hivi, exercise ufanye hivi, ufanye hivi, like akona hiyo knowledge that way. Inaweza kuwa is wrong information, but then akona already, so imekuwa nayo for long,
unless convince.
So no, ukimpe exercise yeye anakuwa yeye unajua sasa ina fight na the knowledge yenye akona. Kumwambia exercise inafaa kufanywa hivi, they can't bring to accept it. So unapata vitu zenye anakuambia na vitu zenye unamwambia zina conflict. So unapata that amwezi ona even results because you are not on the same page as much as you are trying to. Yeye atatoka hapo mmewaka au tumemwambia aenda ukule hivi ufanye hivi, ataenda TikTok kwa kitu kenye amepata mtu mwenye hata ajui, amwambie fanya hivi, yeye aenda afanye hivyo na ignore kitu yenyewe. Kesho ukimuuliza ulifanya hivi, anamwambia nilifanya hivi. Hivi. So that's most of the time, that's the biggest challenge that most clients who part knowledge from social media, which is a wrong information because
ama inaweza kuwa alingeri mahali alafu akataka akaona workout fulani anakuja huko na yako anakuambia mimi nataka kufanya hivi na ulikuwa na program yako so hizo pia inaonga pia
mpaka anakuuliza pia, wengine wanakuuliza mbona hatufanyangi
for example unawapeanga legs wapeangi unapeanga Bulgarian wapeangi lunches ama lunches nini
so
pia naona ni kama they also see ujui kitu wenye unafanya.
And I think hiyo ndio challenge kubwa, especially whereby clients don't see results because they ignore their trainers advice. Wanaenda kutafuta advice social media. Hizo vitu ziko, in fact hata clients wenye nimetrain for years atakuja niambie niliona hii kitu kwa sana, niliona hii kitu pale ni TikTok nikajaribu, like they didn't even consult you akuulize hii unaona iko aje. So that lack of trust in trainers and pia inaweza kuwa people are always looking for quick fixes. So wakati anaona kitu yenye ni appealing online, anataka kujaribu hiyo badala ya
ama pia inaweza kuwa tu one way ndio kutoke kama kutoke kuacha hapo inakuwa tu one way akufrustrate tu akusumbue ndio kwa one way kutoka aseme wewe niliona pia ujui kitu hivi na hivi.
Kuna hiyo ingine ni ile just people are like that because people hawataki kuenda the long process, they want the quick fix. Online you are being promised quick fix. Atienda ukunywe lemon water 30 days tambi itakuwa
kwa yule mseto wako hapo wana create content.
Exactly.
So that person is there to create content.
It's content, but so they don't differentiate between what you are seeing and what they see online. So we are fighting between the true knowledge and the misinformation. Hiyo ndio biggest battle. Hiyo so ukipata client mwenye anakusikiza like 99 ama 90% you win. Mtaona results. Lakini ukipata mwenye anakusikiza 50-50 anakusikiza anaenda anasikiza mwingine, most probably mtashinda, hakuna result because what happens, results come na zile vitu zenye mtu ufanya huko nje wakati yuko na training. So another one is the web diet and lifestyle compliance. So many clients don't usually follow. Sema tu wengi hukuja wanapiga zoezi, but then wakienda huko nje hawataki kuishi maisha kama mtu mwenye anaenda gym.
Wanakula tu weni hao.
Because once you begin going to the gym, you begin this new lifestyle.
To change.
Ni kama a cult. There are rules and procedures to follow for you to see results. Ni kama tu success, you have to put in the work. So that's also another challenge. Like you are working very hard in the gym, but then ikifika ni part yake ya ku-adhere to this, that, all these habits, mazi inakuwa ni ngumu sana. So and I think inakuwa ni frustrating to trainers because mmekuwa mmework out for 6 months. lakini hakuna change.
Yeah, ni kweli.
And as you said earlier on, the success of a trainer also reflects
on the achievement ama vile the goals, yeah.
So hiyo inafanya pia trainer aonekane ni kama afanye. Wewe imagine unapostingi huyu mtu venye leo
before
day 1 and then day 6 months same. Hata watu wanaangalia wanashinda kwani what's going on?
Without knowing, it depends on how you are eating and how you exercising. They go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand. Yeah, they go hand in hand. So the last one, burnout and lack of personal time. The trainers wananga maisha bana, wananga life. At least squeeze uko na ka life. Matrainers wananga life, maisha ni gym tu hakuna kitu.
Ni ukweli. Wanafeel kila time ni gym.
Wamebeat tu.
Wamesahau kuinje. Wamebeat tu because all the time ni wako tu kwa gym wanataka kuinua. Ukikuwa tu mara ya relax upate enough energy.
Kama you see ni ile
unatoka tu unaenda tu gym.
You know, you see ni ile you are training clients, sio umekuja tu ku relax kwa gym. Ni ile clients unatrain kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni. So maisha hauna life nyingine outside the gym.
Ni kweli.
Enda uangalie matrainers even weekends utapata anaenda kazi. Hata familia wengine hawajui leo ni msema kuingia usiku asubuhi 4 ametoka.
Ni kweli.
So ni wachache huko na life outside.
Without knowing this life after gym.
There's no life after gym. Kama mimi mazesi ya dangi utaona nimeenda hii mwaka nimeenda mara 2 taoba. Kutoka tu yani hata kutoka Kawangware nishisha. Nienda tu nitembea hata nitembelee. I have a family around here but then I've never seen them. So ni ile kuchoka like ni kazi umebita hata ile time yenye uko free ni unataka tu kulala. Huwezi toka uenda ati mahali ufanye kitu ya maana. So those are some of the challenges that trainers huwa hupitia. Sijui kama uko na zingine ziko kwa hiyo list.
I think time management is also
time management. Tunaongelea mambo ya time sana. Kitu yenye naweza ongeza ni ile they are paid poorly.
Ni kweli.
Kama kuna watu ulipwa vibaya kama sasa imagine you spend how many years in school.
But nowadays like you don't go to school to
no personal trainers most of them sahi shule ziko.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like 1 year 1.5.
Yeah, and they are investing almost 200 Gs.
Yeah, ni kweli.
Yeah. So and then unakuja kulipwa I don't know why because trainers husaidia watu huku nje.
Unajua ile gym ulinipatia nitumerizi man. Madam alikuwa anataka kunilipa do ingine ya ufala. 12,000 na niko 8 hours kutoka Monday to
every day.
So it's also pia mimi nilimwambia iwezi make
12.
Hadi naweza kuwa. So I think it's also another way lazima tu you should know your worth.
You have to know your worth. Kitu ni ile sometimes tuseme unaendanga kama una kitu unaenda unashikilia hiyo mwezi ya kwanza ukiangalia if you can get people on the floor wa kuongezeka kitu because ukipata mtu mmoja na watu kama 10 kila mtu anakulipa hata 1 ama 2
kwa sababu
utasikia vibaya una supplement income but then you see wakati unalipa 12,000 already hiyo ni kudowngrade vibaya
then waje kuallow upate personal training.
Yes. So hiyo ina kudown. So I don't know why trainers are paid that badly. It's one career that people don't appreciate much. But then I think at some point I want to brand myself in Africa place. You have to pay me well. And I think also it's good. Sasa shida ni ile kuna trainers wanatoka chuo. Yeye ukimpea hiyo 12 wako sawa. Yeye shika do. Anafanya na tafuta experience, you know, na ametrainiwa anajua hizi vitu zote so hakuna kitu na mwani.
So ni kama today Si niko tu. Boss wangu mwingine huko ananiambia niende nikikutoka saa 8 juu the other train is not there. Mpaka 7 and pay 600. Niambia iwezi ilikai. Kama wana unanipanga maybe 15 and class. Mbona hii time yote?
Unipe 600.
It makes sense.
It makes sense true. Those are right. Hizo ni wawasi mingi. Si afadhali utrain class. Ukitrain class moja hiyo ni punch hiyo hawa. Ama hata wherever.
Ama ukipiga ndio class yako yenye anapewa ndo enough inakutosha.
So that's a challenge that we are not being appreciated well, and then when you try. But then one thing I'm coming to learn also about this ni ile usishindane mkinegotiate na mtu mambo ya doa.
Kumwambia nioni hiyo.
Wewe kama bei yako ni hiyo, kama hataki kufika juu mtaenda mkisumbuana. Mkianza kusumbuana mambo ya doa, trust me, itaishingi kuwa hivyo. So kama afiki bei, atapata mtu mwenye anafika bei yake.
First impression matters.
Sana. I'm getting to a point whereby I'm thinking like I have to stick to my position. Kama ni hiyo doa yangu ni hiyo doa, kama ufike ni sana. Because also you see you get quality clients when wanakulipa fiti na ni wachache na unawatrain fiti.
But then I came to realize that this kuna partner client amekulipa 3 months upfront. Then ukilipwa hiyo mwezi 3 imeisha na ajikuwa kitrain, the client anataka tena endelea na ile do yake mbele. So how will you advise on that scenario?
Agreement.
Yet maybe kama walikuwa wamesign contract.
If that's why I said nowadays as a personal trainer you have to have a contract with every client. Mimi sina hizo contract nijua awalipi that good. Ndio maana, but then I have contracts and ziko ready, but then najuanga nani ninapeanga contract, especially ikifika some money fulani, pesa fulani, lazima upe fulani. Because hizo contract, you are going to print them, you are going to use money. So kama mtu anakulipa pesa kidogo na unatoa hiyo pesa hapo unaenda kuprint, unaenda kutoa photocopy, you see now also ni wewe unajibia. But then when you get a serious client, it's always good those terms are put in. If a client doesn't show up and it's not your problem, like sio wewe umekosi issue, hiyo do inakuwa relinquished. But then kama atakwambia mapema na mlikuwa mmesign contract already, kuna ile do yenye unaweza mrudishia kidogo. Lakini sio yote.
Ama ufanye tu hiyo mwezi.
Lakini sio yote. Tuseme kama inakuanga a certain percentage, because already ushamslot, you have lost many clients juu yeye ameoccupy time. So they have to pay for that time, because ungepata client mwingine wa kureplace kama hangekuwa. So that has to be covered in the contract. Hiyo contract inakuwa na mambo mingi, so it's always good to have that. Inakusaidia na mambo mingi, and then unaambia client anaisoma vizuri.
Then hiyo 24 hours consolation. Hiyo ikuwa pia na fee yake.
It always has a fee. So
if kama gym has a membership fee, mbona hiyo cost
lazima ikuwe nini, kila kitu ikuwe na consequences, because now when you want to be successful in a way, you have to be serious with your rules, because you have to establish rules and regulations and guide your conduct and business as well. And with time as we go on, you see now the good thing with this kind of career is you keep on advancing. Inafika point whereby maybe you own your own gym and you can decide your rates, your clients. So inaweza kuwa exclusive, and you are making a good money, which I think is the dream of every trainer. Ifika point yenye you only train a few clients who are paying well, because pia unataka kuwa na maisha, inafika place unataka kusettle down, kuwa na familia na watoto, so you can't be out there kila time mpaka usiku. Kuna watu kama 3-4 una train, unaenda kuona familia. So that's the goal. Ama uko na biashara kanaleta income. So I think we have exhausted those. Of course kuna others but then tumeongelea zile main ni frustrations tu leo tulikuwa za trainers.
By the way, kuna hii I think sijui kama iko sawa. Nili notice I think your first impression for example niligundua ukiona kagari pia
muhimu.
Kuna niligundua ukiona kagari pia kuna
standards.
For example ziko na hizi Kawangware unatembea hadi kilelesha uko na vumbi unaenda kwa client kwa gym na client ni msafi unaingia hapo uende mchafu unaingia alafu kuna ule anapigia soja afungue gari trainer wake ya nini
ingia na vumbi hawezi kupea kazi.
Niligundua
matrainer wako na gari wako sawa, unajua unaapia hivi una cruise na gari kana unajua this guys
pia nao ka spinning pia kuna pia do ina
increase ukiambia huyo mtu naitisha
kama by the interview nilienda juzi kuna mse fulani akona client watatu kuna Kitusuru na Karen alikuwa ananichapia yako na kagari but akaona equipment anatembea na equipment so anaenda home aliniambia kila client anamlipa 50k
you see inafaa hivyo.
Then wewe uko hapa utoke hapa sema uko na clan Karen anakula 50 utoka hapo fike Ndonyo fike Ndonyo chukue gari uende wapi
ndio
Karen utoke Karen ndio uende is a lot of
hassle na unaweza late
ni kweli
uta late and then utafika hapo umechoka uko frustrated na hauna hata equipment
na hapo hutakuwa na excuse.
Kagari ni muhimu by the way. Ni muhimu. Hata mimi ndio nimeona hiyo form munichangie basi. Hata mimi niwe kadudu.
Niliona hadi kama unataka kuongea proposal na mzee. Anaona ile kagari anaweza uza 400,000 kama unauliza ndo but wewe una shit au una anything my friend.
Ni ukweli. Ndio nilikuwa nasema hii mwaka ni mwaka hadi ninunue kagari hata kama nikale na sukuma hivi lakini bora
bora move from one place
then nimekapaka rangi vizuri lakini ndani hata kama akako lakini nje kana kafiti
notice gari kuna venye inafanyanga there's a way
na package muhimu that's one thing we should work on having hata kama ni inakusaidia juu tuseme hata client unaweza enda anywhere. Client akikuita sisi tunamwambia wewe kuja, anambia nikuja saa ngapi? Wewe unatokea. So wakati una charge umemwekea za mafuta
ni ukweli
za nini za so hata yeye anaona it's worth it.
Ni ukweli
na pia anajua ndio ufike
hapo. Bado anajua unatoka hapo ni 30 mpaka Kileleshwa.
Na yeye ndiye anajua kitambo hii jamaa kama amefika hapa na mzee kama anatembelea kagari na mzee anajielewa.
Pia ndio na luku
luku muhimu basi.
Pia luku kuna venye ina portray
hizi vitu zote ama clans and ukipata clans how you look matters a lot.
Pia how you smell pia kaloloni niligundua pia lazima kwa ile conk Lala kukaribia hataki kutoka. Lakini wewe unanuka jasho.
Panda mata hapa. Una sweat mpaka sijui mapua.
Niliona.
But the packaging yourself is one thing that you need to work on as trainer. Sisi matrainer wa mtaa tunakuanga tu hivi. But then when you go to serious clients, serious trainers, mazoa uji package fit.
Ni kweli.
So I think ni kitu yenye tunaweza kaa tukue tunapanga like how do you want our brand to be. And that helps a lot So I think we have come to the end of the conversation. Enjoy tumetoa at least one or two things zile frustration tuko nazo, and the main thing or rather the main goal of why we are doing this is basically informing the public or those who don't know much about fitness so that they can also be able to know what goes on in the life of a trainer. Ukimwona leo anabehave hivi, it's also good to know that hii inaendelea, at least ndio unajua also how to handle them, because they are also human beings. They can't be happy 24/7. Kuna time watakuwa high, time watakuwa low, so you also have to understand. And also when they ask you to pay them this amount, it's because of the reasons that we have given, and also so that they can also be able to give you something good in return, because at the end of the day we want to give you results as well. Yeah? So the value of your money. Yeah? So we hope you've learned something, one or two. Catch you next time. Cheers. Goodbye.